white.
No, it's silver. We had 3 of them. We got a gold one, a silver one, and a white one. The guy that drives the white one just retired, by the way.
And it is a Chrysler.
That's correct, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing just came out of the garage for the first time. I got to finish waxing the side of it here. I couldn't get to it. Oh, I'm sorry, it's locked, but you can get to the... We'll open it. We're going to open it up later for sure. You can get to the engine. You can judge my engine here. Okay, all the way under the bumper. Over to this side a little bit. Turn it, kind of rotate that thing. There you go. Now go under there. There you go. Now pull it forward towards you. Take your fingers under it and pull your fingers forward.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, it's under there.
There, now there's a clean engine too.
Is that one? It's even cleaner than the other one, isn't it?
Yep. Yes.
Well, good, yeah.
Clean.
I thought so.
I could make a sandwich or something and put it on that engine and
Yeah.
no grease get on it. That's what I like.
Yep.
Nice and clean.
Yep. I just had to. I got to take my old stickers off my plug wires. I just had to fix the distributor in this. It was acting up, so I had to go through that and deal with it. Just little stuff, you know. I can't believe I had this car a year now. That's how long it takes me, excuse me, to do stuff. I'm sorry.
Well, my
Takes me forever.
blue Mustang took 3 years.
Yeah.
To get all the parts.
Yeah.
Engine, transfer, rear end, seats.
Yep.
You know.
Well, I just like doing them like I do them, and then when it's done, it's done, you know. All right, bud. Well, you had a good run with the engines here. You ready to have your good mood ruined?
My who?
Your good mood ruined?
I what?
You got to look at the engine on this one next.
Yeah, I see the engine on that one. Yeah.
Just make sure there isn't a wasp under there or anything real quick. Right, there's your hand. There you go. All right. Same as it. There, same as the first one. There you go.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. But I can do it.
Yeah.
All I got to do is get the gunk and that and just spray the tar on it.
We got to see if it runs first.
Well.
We'll probably do that this afternoon.
All right.
Yep. All we got to do is hook the fuel lines up and check the points and thing. I think it's ready to go. This one,
okay.
I told you this. Remember, this one was the one that was seized.
Yep. Well, people say once they're seized, you can't get them. You got to overhaul them. Well, that ain't right because I've had cars seized up and everything else, and they never. And I get them unseized, drive them again. So it ain't. That's not wrong. Once they seize up, that you can't, you know.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Well,
it takes time, but you can.
Yeah, this one was seized. It wasn't seized the way that you would think from rust. It was not rusted. It was
from setting.
Well, it was from setting, but somebody had tried to run it with the bad gas in it, and that gas tank was just totally, man, it was ruined. It was turned to tar. The fuel lines were all had tar in them, so they were trying to run it, and I guess it got down in the engine. Some of it did because it was dripping off the bottom of the carburetor blades. And it stuck all the pistons in there. That stuff was, you have to burn that stuff out. So I soaked it, and it finally freed up. So
yeah. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
I've had lawnmowers set for 7 years and piston rusted to the side. I got one seized.
Yeah.
I mow my sister's grass with one twice a week.
Yeah. Is it a push mower or rider?
Rider.
Good. I hope you're not.
I can't push a mower anymore.
I tell you, that's funny you say that because Phil used to, when Phil lived next to me and we were next door neighbors at one time about 20 years ago. Boy, Phil used to mow grass like a maniac out there. Remember that?
Yeah, I used to walk.
You'd see him go across the yard, and it wasn't any of this slow walking like you did. Slower is like normal walking out. I mean, it was like. He's like just almost running across with a lawnmower, just over there, and he'd live there and then mow grass. I mean, you'd have the whole yard mowed in under an hour probably out there with a push mower. And one time, yeah, you used to be a lot more type A than you are now. You know what that is, people? You want to get out of the sun, bud?
Yeah.
It's awful hot out here. Let's go back
We
to the
need to
tree.
do some oiling.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get ready and ride up to lunch if you're ready here too, because they open at 11 and all the fat boys, all
I ain't in my car because I got one of those there things.
the fat boys.
Boy, there's your new lawnmower.
Yeah, we'll look at that too. I got a tent to put up out here too for us, so we don't have to be out in the sun directly Sunday. Yeah. Now I was gonna say you're not as here. Come on, we'll sit on the porch before we leave. The porch is nice. You like all my garden stuff? I don't know what this plant is, but boy, they cut it down before I moved in, and it didn't do anything the first year. I thought it was dead, but now it is went nuts.
Hey, last time I mowed the grass, it wasn't that. Was
No. So, yeah.
Oh, breathe.
Yeah, but I like this porch out here. So yeah, I was just telling the tubers, you know, type A is, when impatient and hollering and stuff like that. Phil used to holler a little bit more than he does now.
Yeah, kind of slowed down.
But he was out there one day, I visited his house, I'll never forget this, it's so funny. Phil was living somewhere. We'll have to go one day when it cools off a little bit. We'll go around maybe and just look at all your old places you used to live and tell everybody where you live. But Phil had moved to this, after we stopped being neighbors, I went one direction, Phil went another, and he moved to this place that had a mobile home, and it had a deck around the front of it. And it was a pretty decent place, but somehow, well, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but Phil loved it. It was all right, I guess. It was a place, but Phil and some of his associates were living there, and something happened to the deck. I don't know if the deck just part of it collapsed or the part of the board. You know what happened? I don't know, but
Well, whatever was up towards the house here fell down.
oh, okay, so so it collapsed, and so
Yeah.
I was up there for some. I stopped by. I was working up there or something. I just stopped by to see Phil one day, and Phil had just arrived home from work. I was back here working, and you're up there on the porch. Phil's up there on his hands and knees up there with a hammer on the porch, and there's like these people that were there that all they were doing is just standing there looking at you.
Yeah.
There's always people just standing there just watching you do stuff. It's like that time you lived someplace else and your house flooded, and I came by for a visit, and there was somebody sitting in the corner in the living room in a chair watching TV, and you're over there trying to get the water out of the floor. I'm thinking, what the hell,
Yeah.
Where do these people come from? So anyway, these Phil had these 2-3 people audience up there, and he's hammering boards back on, and I knew it was time for me to leave because did something hammering, and Phil said, "Give me another board." Get another board like that. Well, somebody gave you a board, and I thought, well, Phil, I'll come back on another day. It's all right.
Yeah,
You
you
weren't-
know what I was on?
Well, it wasn't anything illegal, thank
No,
God.
it wasn't anything illegal.
What were you on, Phil?
I think it was one of them stacker pills. The
Stacker 2 or the what?
Yeah, stacker 2 or the that little bumblebee thing or whatever it was. I was going 0 to 100.
So you got worked up on stackers before you were gonna do the
Yeah.
porch, huh?
I'll never do that again.
Oh Jesus! How long did it take you to come back down off?
Oh, geez. A couple hours. I don't want to do that again. No way. I ain't taking another stacker or bumblebee or whatever they call them
God,
pills.
that's like we went on a trip one time. Remember, Phil? You get in the car and the first thing you do is fall asleep. And
I know.
Phil said, I'm tired of falling asleep and not getting to see everything.
I
And so
am. That's why I had to quit that job down there in Alabaster because
Yeah.
I couldn't 4 o'clock in the morning I'm on freeway headed for Birmingham to pick up
Yeah.
some other guys, and I'm falling asleep.
Yep. Yep.
I've almost wrecked the company truck a few times, and I couldn't do it. I had to quit because I was falling asleep. I hate that.
Yeah. So yeah, we lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah. So anyway, I got Phil one of those. I don't ever take them either, but one of those little 5-hour energy little shot things, you know.
Yeah.
And Phil drank it. In about 30 minutes, he's asleep over there. I thought that worked. But
I
anyway,
don't know what it is.
so yeah, so that was Phil's kind of mellowed out a little bit. I remember that time over there at the house when we all lived next to each other, and I was burning some garbage out there, and evidently there was a paint can or something in there had something left in it. There's nobody out there except me. I'm just sitting there watching the fire burn, and all of a sudden that thing blew up and it went boom. In about 30 seconds, Phil comes running out of the house over there with his gun. He thought the war had started out here, and I thought, it's just a fire, Phil. You and your backup, your bodyguards over there came out with you. So, Phil has evicted all his last non-paying roommates, so he's trying to wean himself off of it. It's kind of an addiction, I think, but Phil's trying to wean himself off of it a little bit to see if he can stay by himself and not have people. I know you're a little bit different from me. I like being here by myself, but I know you like to be around people more. But
Someone, because I can't read,
yeah,
someone to talk to, just one person. That's it.
but they're awful though. The people you've gotten. Tell everybody the heartbreaking news about, Phil's got 3 vehicles. He's got this car he drives, which has been his best one so far, except for a little carburetor problem. And then he's got that Ram he got from me, which runs part-time. And then he's got the Kia, which has been a love-hate relationship. So tell everybody, start from the beginning, but don't make it too complicated, please. Tell us what's happened to it. So let me preface it. Let me just set it up for everybody. The Kia, when he got this car over here, he stopped driving that Kia because the clutch was about worn out, and Phil didn't want to do a clutch at that time. So I think he was keeping it in reserve for somebody else to drive, maybe, I don't know, but later on. But
Reserved for when Doug gets out, put a clutch in it.
yeah, Doug is detained right now. That's his long-term roommate for 20 plus years. He's also from Michigan too. So anyway, so Phil's going to keep it for him to use, I guess. So anyway, in the interim, Phil evidently, as the story was relayed to me, Phil's had he found some good ones to stay with him up there again. And so either by hook or by crook, they left. And Phil at some point in all this crap going on, Phil ended up in the hospital, as I said. So during the hospital stay, a couple things happened. So first thing, and no names involved, but tell them what the neighbors reported seeing go by while you were in the hospital.
Well, they seen people going by, and what they did was when I got home, I had to go to the store.
Yeah.
And I went out to my car, the white one.
Yeah.
And they drained the gas out of it.
Yep.
Well, the Kia I knew had a quarter of a tank.
Uh-huh.
In it.
Yeah.
So I went over and got in the Kia.
Yeah.
Well, I took off, went to the store, and I didn't get but maybe halfway, and the engine just started knocking.
Yeah. That's engine number 3, by the way. I said that's engine number 3, by the way.
Yep. And I got it to the store, and I looked under the hood, checked the oil. There wasn't a drop of oil in it. Someone had drained the oil in it, sitting at the house.
Yeah. That's how mean and vindictive those people are
I
up there.
should say his name too.
Don't. Not on here. But
He
please.
just got out of jail and he was there at the house last night about 2 o'clock this morning trying to get something and he got chased off.
Yeah, I thought
Neighbor chased him off.
Yeah, and I thought you said he wasn't coming back.
Coming back to steal more stuff.
Yeah.
But he don't live at the house.
Well, anyway, this one dude allegedly drained the oil out of Phil's vehicle and ruined it. So it's got the engine's gone in it. And drained the gas out of this one out here. I told you, I said this dude will be back. They're not smart enough to avoid coming back to the same place.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, Phil's kid's dead unless he wants to put an engine in it, which heck with that. But I'm all right.
I'm just gonna figure the body is good, the inside is good, everything works. I thought I'd sell it for like $600 because it's got new tires on it.
Yeah.
The body is clean, the inside is clean. It's a 5-speed,
Yeah.
and
Well.
if I can get $600 out of it, okay.
Yeah.
I'll sell it. I got a clear title on it.
If you get $600 out of it, consider it Christmas came early.
Yeah.
Because those things are all over the internet. They're broken.
I know.
People never took care of them.
I see a few of them in the junkyard over there by the house. One
right.
guy bought the whole car for the engine. I seen that, but that was a while ago.
Yeah.
I ain't seen another one. Not a Kia SUV.
Yeah. Yep. I decided never to mess with stuff like that anymore.
I'm not gonna get another Kia. I'm not. I want a Camaro. What I want.
Well,